Hey, welcome to my channel. I'm Kiara, wife, mama, entrepreneur, author, the many hats, right? The many hats. Thank you so much for tuning in to my channel, where the goal is to build a community of sister mamas who are navigating the demands of motherhood. You're navigating the demands of being the nurturing force for your family, but you're having challenges, right? Not with being the nurturing force for your family, but you're having challenges being the nurturing force for yourself. Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna go back to it. I said it, sis. You're slipping. You're slipping on your own self care, and we can't have that. So, the goal of this channel is to be more intentional about your journey to holistic self care as a mama, right? All right, let's get to it. So, first, if you haven't already, if you're a returning subscriber, thank you. And if you're new to my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, sis. Go ahead and share it out with another sister mama who might need to hear this message. So let's get right into it, right? So this video is about building inner wealth via holistic self-care. I know I mentioned it in my first video, in my welcome video, but we're just going to dive in a little bit about what that actually means, right? So, inner wealth cultivation via holistic self-care. As a mama, I know sometimes we can feel like we have this sense of self. Lost sense of self in the sense of we don't know what our passions are outside of our tribe. We don't know what it is that we once loved outside of being a mama or being a wife. And we're slaying those roles. We're doing an excellent job at taking care of our tribe, at taking care of our family. But when it comes to nourishing us, we're at a loss. We're at a loss in a sense of we can't find the time. Oh, we don't know how we're actually going to do it. We can't think of what it is we want or love. Let's face it, we go to the store. You go to the store, and you know it's true. Get with me on this. Feel me on this. You go to the store and you go in shopping and you get to window shopping and you start looking at things and, exploring some things that you like, and you look and you're like, oh, this would be so cute for the baby. Mm. Oh, my baby would really love that. My husband would really love that. Oh, my daughter, oh, this will be so cute on her. You know it, sis. You know you do it. You know you do it. We all do it. But that becomes the norm. Now, as simple as that is, that says a lot. You can't even find the time to look at something that you want. And it's not because you don't have the time, because you had time to stop there and look and search at all the little cute baby stuff, at all the cute husband things, all the cute children's, young men, and young ladies items. You had all the time to stop and do that, but you couldn't find the thing for you, right? Now, outside of that, though, let's get real with it. Like inner wealth cultivation, that's just simply building quality within ourselves via holistic self care. And within holistic self care, let's go back to what I said once before. We're talking about spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and physically, right? So, one of the things that I talk about in my new book release, Revamping Your Life, 9 Transformative Practices for Living with Purpose, Passion, and Power. Shameless plug, right? Go ahead and get you one, sis. Go ahead to www.revampingyou.com. The link will be down below in the description. But within that book, I talk about the revamping framework. And within that framework is broken down into the centers: spiritual center, mental and emotional center, and physical center, right? And let's talk a little bit about what that actually is, okay? Let's first go into the spiritual center for cultivating inner wealth via holistic self-care. But within that spiritual center, one of the things, not all the things, but one of the things it talks about how you can cultivate inner wealth through meditation. So meditation or prayer, um, though that is one of the ways that you can tap in and connect to your higher self, tap in and connect with the Most High. You just have to be intentional about finding the time to do so, preferably in the morning once you wake up. And that might require you to wake up a little earlier, but preferably in the morning or at night. And it's better than or. So in the morning and at night, if you can find that time, sis. And then speaking of intentions, that really sort of leads the way into the mental and emotional center, but the mental center preferably, because setting those intentions to really be intentional about your self-care, really be intentional about, even intentional to the point of making a schedule, sis. Making a schedule. Making a schedule, because I know you're making a schedule for the tribe. I know you're not doing all these things just on a whim. And if you are, that could be a major contribution to why you're feeling so overwhelmed and why you're having the challenges you're having. So, setting your intentions, and also emotionally setting boundaries. Setting your boundaries. Being able to say no. Say no to the tribe, say no to friends, say no to families, say no to, when I say the tribe, your children, your husband, especially the children. In a minute we can find that one snack we like that we have just for us, and here comes the baby. Can I have some? No, you may not. Or even when it comes to friends and family, like they're used to you saying yes, so you saying no, it's gonna feel a little weird at first. It's gonna feel a little different, but saying no respectfully. And they have to honor that, and they have to respect that. They may not like it, but they have to respect it. And you being able to accept that you said no. And then also within the mental and emotional center, one of the other things that I talk about is journaling, right? Journaling to really find out what our passions truly are. Or journaling, you can journal with prompts, or you can freeform journal. But I know within my journal, the first thing that I always start out with is gratitude. I always start out with what I'm grateful for. And then I always put an affirmation in there of what my affirmation is for the day. So those are really two in one little gems I can give you about how you can do that via mentally and emotionally. So journaling and practicing affirmations, writing them down, and practicing affirmations, saying them to yourself in the mirror, sis. Thoughts, words, and actions. That's all I'm gonna say about that, because that's another video for another time. The last thing is the physical center. How are you nourishing yourself? I know I've said this in this video multiple times, but I'm not talking about spiritually and mentally now. I'm talking about how you physically nourishing yourself. What you eating, sis? What you eating? Because I know oftentimes we can find ourselves like cooking and slaying this whole meal that we done put our foot in, right? Spend all day cooking it, but we find ourselves standing over the pot with a little salsa plate, eating it, or not really sitting down to really enjoy and partake in a meal. Or even worse, we don't even eat it. We'll cook it, we'll put all this love into it, all this energy into it, and by the time we're done, we're like tapped out. And we find ourselves like, whoo, I ain't even hungry no more. Right? So, how are you nourishing yourself? Like, what are you eating? Are you eating? Are you sleeping? Are you getting rest? That's still part of the physical center. Are you resting? That's part of the physical aspect of our self-care. Are you exercising? I know I said it. Ooh, you didn't want to hear it, did you? I didn't either. But are you exercising? And whether that's going for a brisk walk in nature, whether that's just marching in place, doing a little dance workout video. Hey, get it in where you can fit it in. But make sure you're being intentional about actually fitting it in, sis. You might have to actually plan it out. Just like you slay your role as a mama and a wife and an entrepreneur and all the other things that you're juggling, your work. And hey, let's just, even if you're not, even if you're a stay at home mom, you're still, that's work. You're juggling a lot. You're juggling a whole human being or human beings. So I know you're putting something on a schedule because you're doing a great job at that. So you're putting all of that on the schedule. However, you haven't intentionally set your intentions to schedule out your self care. You have to. It's not going to come easy. It might seem a little hard, but it's going to have to be scheduled out. And sometimes, again, that might require us to wake up a little earlier or maybe go to bed a little later. Preferably, just wake up a little earlier. Get you about 30 minutes in a day. 30 minutes in a day. And then as you find your niche, as you find your little groove, then you can ramp it up a little bit to maybe an hour a day just to get that time in to do whatever it is that's going to nourish you. And not all the things, like you don't have to do every single thing under the sun, but something. Get your meditation and your prayer in, get your affirmations in, get your journaling in, get you a quick exercise in, 7 to 15 minutes, 7 to 30 minutes, the full 30 if you want. But find a few of those items that's going to nourish you in some kind of way. Okay? So that's all that I have for today. Thank you again for tuning in. I hope you found value in some of the tips that I provided you today. And again, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Like, share, subscribe, and comment. I'm open to feedback. I'm open, sis. I'm open. And also, sis, make sure you share this with another mama. Because I know self-care is the word for 2024. But make sure you share this with another mama because I know she's going to need it. Okay? So until next time, thank you for stopping by. You take care, Sister Mama.